Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. And for a change, for a very good change, the weather here is not looking so frightful. That's a beautiful shot of downtown Las Vegas. Again, welcome on into the stream. We are in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We're going to be taking the Pmdg 737 on a flight from Las Vegas to Palm Springs. It is a Pilot's Life Chapter 2 flight. And there was a Beyondatc update last night. And so we're going to check that out as well. Now, I do not have GSX installed. Well, I think I do have it installed. I just have it disabled. So we won't be doing a GSX flight today. But we will be just seeing kind of what this new update is for Beyondatc. Every update they say is minor, but they do lay down some pretty impressive foundations to make it a major update. Garen, welcome in. Have you tried the new physics model for Pmdg? It takes the flight model from the Zibo 737 in X-plane with better flight dynamics and puts it in Pmdg. Interesting. No, I have not. Where does one get that? Is that on flightsim.to? Welcome in, P2. Welcome on in. Good morning, everyone. We might do 2 flights today, depending on how fast we can get this one going and how fast we can start the next one. I'm thinking the next one, we're going to take the... I just noticed there's a couple of jetways broken here. The next one, we would take the 319. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't remember what that flight is exactly, but I think that'd be a fun one to do. I know I did say, let's go ahead and get this going while I'm talking. I know I did say I was going to get First Officer, the Flight Sim First Officer, on the last stream, but I'm still... So I need some input. There are 2 kind of like co-pilot things. One is Flight Sim First Officer. The other one is FS2 Crew. And it seems like they do very much the same thing. So, does anyone have either one and can shine a light on which one they prefer? Because I am much willing to purchase one. I just need to know, ideally, which one seems to be the best. And I can't seem to get any information from the interwebs saying which one is better. Seems like it's kind of like one of those, if you have one, it's about the same. But if anyone knows like performance differences or feature differences, feel free to drop that in the chat so I can make a decision on that one. Alright, we're going to request a route here. It's on Discord. If you go to the Blue Sky Stars Discord channel, go to the 737 knowledge base. Ooh, interesting. It's not on flightsim.to. Okay. Interesting. I'm curious. Yeah, I'll check that out. I wonder if it works with 2024, since this is not quite officially approved. Obviously, there's ways to make it work, but not officially approved by Asobo, or not Asobo, Pmdg. 26 right's what we're expecting for departure today. Execute that. Let's go here. Let's go ahead and get this requested as well. And let's go ahead and get Beyondatc rolling. Clearance. So I did add in the in-game panel here, which now allows me to not really use the actual Beyondatc application outside of it, outside of starting it. Las Vegas clearance. Good morning from SkyWest 1477. We are ready for IFR clearance to Palm Springs International. Execute, and flight level 240, I believe, today.
Southwest 1477, Las Vegas clearance cleared to Palm Springs. Radar to departure with the LVL transition, then as filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 125.9er, squawk 0260.
What was it? Radiator 2? Clear to Palm Springs, Radar 2 departure, then the level transition, then is filed. Climb via the SID, departure on 125.9, squawk 0260, Southwest 1477. 0260.
Southwest 1477, read back correct. Contact ground 121.1 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Over to ground 121.1 Southwest 1477. All right, that's all set. 24 for that beautiful grand. Let's see what our takeoff information is here. P2, I'm gonna start working on the Canada stuff sometime this week. I think I'm gonna do recordings. I think I'm gonna do recordings like cinematic shots, kind of stuff like that, instead of doing the full flights here on stream. I think that's what I'm leaning towards, at least as of right now. Imports, and calculate, and takeoff 148. So takeoff 148. Beautiful. Flaps are going to be 5 on departure. CGs 539 on the trim. And if anyone's wondering, no, I did not fly this all weekend. I did fly other aircrafts. Just primarily this aircraft. Departure 26 right. Although I did apply for a couple of airlines yesterday, so I'll see if I get approved for any of them tomorrow with the pilot's life, because I might jump over to, I applied to United, JetBlue, and Alaska. Normally it's Yankee, I believe. So we'll see if I get any of those, and then I have to make that hard decision if I'm going to actually make that jump. I'm in the top 200 right now with a pilot's life and Southwest. Las Vegas ground, Southwest 1477, request pushback and engine start. Alright, so pushback and engine start.
Southwest 1477, Las Vegas ground, pushback approved. Face southeast.
We are going to face southeast, Southwest 1477. Garen, the updates kind of, this one actually is kind of minor. More of like just bug fixes. Uh-oh. Shoot. Hold on now. Hold it. I forgot to do things. Alright, APU's on. Go on down here. It saved all that. That's cool. And then go here and remove all that jazz. Alright, now we're ready to push back, actually. Alright. Yaw dampers on. Hydraulic pumps are on. Fuel pumps are on. APU bleed is on. Starting engine number 2. Okay, falling behind on my list here. Flight director is on. Let's go this up to 240. Engine number 2 is coming up. Beautiful. Grand. Clock is clocking. I'll set up the rest of the flight route for you today. And no rush at all. No rush at all. Does the update fix the vectoring issues too high on profile? It might. There have been some. I'll go through the list here in a second. This is only for experimental though, and I think you only have the what's it called? The non-experimental. I don't remember what that one's called. All right, heard the click. It's time to go to engine number 2, or sorry, 1. Gen's on for that. All good. Engine number 1 is coming on board. RTO. And flaps are coming down to 5. Engine number 1. Fuel. Las Vegas ground, Southwest 1477. Request taxi to the active. Yeah, I remember a few, like there's some, I think there's some vectoring fixes, ground taxi speeds, plane speeds, taxi runway 26 right via Charlie, Romeo, Bravo, Bravo 1, Southwest 1477.
Negative, taxi via Charlie, Romeo, Bravo, Bravo 1.
That's where I said I thought. Taxi via Charlie, Romeo, Bravo, Bravo 1. Southwest 1477. Okay. And up here we go. Gens on. Beautiful, grand. APU off. Auto. Taxi off. Both. Continuous. Good to go. I'm gonna go through them as soon as we get, let's say past 10,000. Once I go to autopilot, yeah, autopilot for departure. Yeah, so I'll go through them pretty quick here, because this is a pretty short flight, so we won't have a whole lot of time to get things going in the sky. Okay, so it said Charlie Romeo. Alright, here's Charlie. Good old Charlie. Charlie 3. Where's Romeo at? Charlie. Okay, Romeo's down the road here. We have Bravo there. This is Charlie 1. And then we have Romeo next. I've never used their X-plane, 737. I've only used the default 737 and X-plane. So I'd be curious. Here's Romeo. I personally say like the iFly feels really, really good. Like this plane feels good too, but the iFly I feel just has a little bit more weight to it. How come we didn't get transferring over to tower? That's interesting. What's the tower frequency? I wonder if they broke things. 19.9. Las Vegas Tower, Southwest 1477, holding short 26 right, ready for departure.
Southwest 1477 Las Vegas Tower, wind 230 at 4, RNAV to Rudy, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff.
26 right, clear for takeoff, Southwest 1477. Alright, bring up throttle. That's weird. Wonder if, yeah, like I said, I wonder if they broke something. I taxied via their instructions. Is this Bravo 1? This is Alpha. What the hell? Taxi. What was the instructions again? Alright, let's look at the instructions. I'm curious if... Taxi runway 26 right via Charlie, Romeo, Bravo, Bravo 1. Oh, I was supposed to go down one more. I was supposed to go over here, that's why. Alright. It wasn't me. Or sorry, it wasn't Beyondatc, it was me. As typical, it is the pilot's error in this stream. Not in real life, but in this stream, it's typically pilot error. Alright, winds aren't too terrible. We got 6 head wind. On departure, we're going to be swinging to the left, RNAV Rudy. Throttle's coming up. Stabilizing. Toga set checked. Let's go fly. Checked. Rotating. I really love the takeoff. Like, I don't know if that's wheels that are spinning, what that sound is. I love that sound so much. It's so cool. Alright, looking really good here. RNAV, LNAV, and VNAV are set.
Southwest 1477.
Flaps coming up a notch.
Las Vegas departure.
And this gets off. Oh, why didn't my thing work? Didn't I turn on auto respawn? Thought I did. Over to departures, Southwest 1477. See ya. Flaps up second notch. What the hell? Auto response isn't working. Alright. Las Vegas departure, Southwest 1477, passing 4,300, climbing via the SID.
Southwest 1477, Las Vegas departure. Good morning, radar contact.
Good morning. And for full flaps up. Sim sounds are muffled? On the stream or just in general? I have them lower. Alright, coming up on 6,000. We have an 8,000 restriction here. I really love flying this plane. This is a lot of fun. Think about like where we are from 7 months ago with Flight Sim 2024. A lot of people didn't want to switch over because they were missing out on a handful of planes. And that gap is really shortening quite a bit. Right, we got our speed restriction, or sorry, altitude coming up restriction. I'm gonna put AP on now. So when Flight Sim 2024 first launched, it took 2 weeks or so for the FENIX to come on over. So all you had was the default aircrafts for the most part. There were a couple of third parties that did work, but for the most part you had third party, you only first party planes. And then FENIX came over. But like now we have the 350, we have a 777, we have a couple of 777s, we have a E-JET that somewhat works, we have a 727 that somewhat works, we have a lot of GA aircrafts that work, we have a 737 that works, not officially. What else is there? I'm missing something. What am I missing? Alright, 10,000. Lights off. Even when it's not the pilot's fault, it's still the pilot's fault. Yeah, I agree. On stream. Oh, it's probably because I have them lowered. It's hard. Sometimes with streaming, it's really difficult to get the volume perfect because I don't hear what you all hear. And I don't want to, like, adjust the sound of the sim too much because then maybe Beyondatc it's too loud, but then I can't hear it, and there's just all kinds of issues. So I kind of keep the desktop audio, so the sim audio kind of lower. Oh yeah, the RJ. Yeah, I forgot about the RJ. I need to learn the RJ. I really do need to learn it. Everyone raves about it. It's a good regional aircraft. I really do. It just seems like it's a lot of work. The Md-80, right? That also works. Oh yeah, and then there's the Airbus 306. That works. Okay, so the Beyondatc notes. Those are coming up right now. Let's see. So, start off with, this was updated this morning actually. So, they did some GSX updates, so added GSX pushback states, added slight delay, improved GSX gate selection, and additional gate naming. Flight hot handling has been a significant bug that has been introduced in the last big experimental build. So timing of calls and vectors, this has been fixed and should help with regression in flight flow. Okay, so timing of calls and vectors. So that might be a pretty big one. the flight handling for timing of calls and
Southwest
vectors.
1477,
So there's those
contact
times,
Los
I think Aaron said,
Angeles
like
Center,
with RNAV,
12125,
which today
have a
we're
good one.
expecting an RNAV, so we'll see how this works.
Center on 124,
Where
625, Southwest
it has you come in
1477.
too high
See you.
on the initial approach. So we'll see if that's fixed. Approach handling is the next one. Some bugs in the assignment of approaches have been fixed, which should lead to better approach selections when something other than a pure ILS is selected. This includes the selection, this includes selecting the approach most suitable for the transition point from the star.
Climb, maintain
Ooh,
flight
yeah,
level 2
that
for
might be
0,
big for RNFs for sure.
1477.
This includes selecting this approach most suitable for the transition point from the star. Fantastic. We'll see. Traffic airspeed. For traffic that has been injected into the sim, use the sim calculated ground speed to move aircraft at a more sensible speed for the IAS being injected. This should mean traffic flies at speeds more similar to players for the same speed. They did some AIG traffic stuff. The mapping file for the AIG mapping to reg has been updated for additional AIG side. This allows for better FSLTL or FS traffic. Hold on. This allows for FSLTL or FS traffic to still be set at a higher priority and be used even if AIG is installed. Okay. METAR processing.
Los Angeles Center, expect cloud 1, runway 31 left.
We'll expect cloud 1, runway 31 left, Southwest 1477. METAR processing. Added a check to see if the global METAR download for completed. Added a check to see if the global METAR download has completed before doing initial runway assignments for the player. This may assist with players' different runways in use if they start beyond ATC, then reopen it again. Okay. So if beyond ATC closes, or if you just close it out mid-flight, I guess. If you're hearing the beeping, that's the window open because they're doing the garbage right now. Apologize. 3-1 left for the arrival. Let me get that set in here. RNAV. I'll go through the rest notes in just a second. Let's see. Altitude C 1320. 1320. I don't want to forget this because I will if I don't do it now. Okay, 1320 set in there, and then our approach information, we are... Looks like the minimum is 11,000, so we'll do 11,000. Palm Springs is a really cool approach. Alright, next on the list, fatal errors have been fixed as well. Oh no, hold on. Traffic stutters. A few more areas that could cause stutters have been fixed. It can be an advantage now to run beyond ATC at a higher frame rate than the sim if you have headroom. Ooh. It could be advantageous now to run beyond ATC at a higher frame rate. Interesting. Fatal errors have been, some more of those have been fixed. Direct 12 core engine, a trial beyond ATC Force Direct X12 .bat is available in the install folder if anyone with beyond ATC performance issues. Poor beyond ATC FPS can try Vulkan or Force Direct X11 or OpenGL aren't working. Airport ops. Many more operations added to the complex flows and fixes to existing flows. Full list in the upcoming days, or in the coming days. Okay, so mostly what I'm seeing is the big ones, you know, some GSX stuff, but then the vectors, calling for vectors and stuff has been fixed. Approach handling has been some updates and fixes. Airspeed, which makes more sense there. Traffic, AIG, and then METAR processing. And then some of the stutters, which the stutters have been much improved. Okay, let's go. I'd love to see GSX integration to have a ramp frequency where you can talk to ground crew. Yeah, I wonder how they would do that. I suppose they could easily... They would have to do it so you can do... yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Like, so with GSX, you can click the buttons in the menu, but it'd be cool if you can use your voice to say it. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really, really cool. I'm not sure how difficult the pushback commands are with Flight Sim, but I wonder if they could just make their own. You know, like they already have tugs at the gates that are connecting to planes and pushing them back, with the exception of yours. So I wonder how difficult that would be to integrate into the sim. Have them do it all of it. Because they already are telling you what direction to face, so they know that. And they have the sim connect information, so they know the direction you're currently facing, right? In theory. So now it's just a point of adding in the actual pushback animation. Again, I don't know how difficult that would be, but that would be a really cool thing for Beyondatc, I feel, to add in. Because then you can eliminate one feature of GSX.
American 1087, contact Albuquerque Center 128.45. Have a good morning.
But one thing about Beyondatc is that they're definitely not trying to do everything. And I commend them on that. They try to focus on the base product, which is ATC. And then when ATC is stable and for the most part working, they'll add on a few features here and there. But you see their updates that come out, they mostly focus on the core product, you know, with a little bit of updates to the other stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on this arrival, though. Because, like I said, this is a RNAV arrival. So if we look at the charts, let's over here and look at the charts real quick. Electronic flight bag, and then charts, and arrival. So we're doing the cloud 1. And let's get this, and approach 3-1. Oops, Yankee. Okay. So here we are coming in for the arrival. Here's cloud. So we're coming in this way. We're gonna be landing north. Okay. So the question is, where is it going to vector us? After cloud? It's going to vector us back up. And then come on down. So I would assume at this point here, it should vector us this way. It should vector us south. And then we should be able to come back in north. Because our approach is showing here. So is cloud on this map? Here's cloud right here, right? Yeah, so they might... You have a 7,000, 5,000 here. Yeah, I'm not sure. And then our runway 31, exit to the left. Here's our gates. We'll probably exit Juliet down here. That's my guess. And we have disco going on here. So it might have us go to, what is that? S-bound? Bono? Let's go ahead and clear out that disco, because I'm pretty sure it's going to have us go there either way. Exit. Execute. Top of descent's coming up here. We'll see what the timing is like with Beyondatc with that. Welcome in, Will. Mandy, welcome in. Just passing by to give you a little... Wait, hold on now. Just passing by. You have a nice flight. Oh, thanks, Maddie. Are you also in Southwest Virtual or just have their livery? Les, I'm using a pilot's life. So it's a career mode, and I'm flying for Southwest in that career mode. So that's why I use this livery. I've been told I should join a virtual airline. I just haven't done it yet. I think my main thing is that I like to jump around planes, and I like to jump around locations. So as I was talking about to start the stream, I did put in applications for United, JetBlue, and Alaska yesterday. So if I get accepted to any of those, I have to make a decision if I want to stay with Southwest or do I want to jump to one of those other airlines.
Southwest 1477, Los Angeles Center, copy.
And I've done, what have I done so far with, let me see, let me look at the number of flights I've done since I've been with Southwest. So I joined Southwest on... I've only been with Southwest for like 12 days. But I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Today's 30. 30 flights in 12 days. What's that math? Like 2.5 a day? I'm like flying like a real pilot here. It's crazy. So what would you say are your top 3 things you want changed or fixed with Beyondatc? Ron, changed or fixed with Beyondatc? Well, I don't know. I don't have a lot of issues with it. It happens from time to time, but I don't know. I don't have any major bugs. Like we had the issue today, but that was my fault. Top of descent isn't technically pilot's or Beyondatc's fault. That's just plain determined. Los Angeles Center, Southwest 1477, ready for descent.
Southwest 1477, after cloud, cleared via cloud 1. Pilot's discretion descend and maintain 13,000 feet. Palm Springs Airport.
So they say after cloud, but we're doing it now. That's fine. I trust the planes program versus
cleared via cloud 1.
what Beyondatc said.
And maintain 13,000 feet. Palm Springs Airport landing runway 31 left.
That's a really good question. In terms of changes or fixes, I don't know. In terms of features, I would say my biggest one is I'd love to see CPDLC. I would absolutely love to have that in Beyondatc. Because the FENIX does it, the 777 does it, right? So, like, I'd love to see that as a feature, and I'm sure it would primarily be available for the FENIX and then eventually go to other aircrafts. But that would be really, really cool to see happen, and they apparently are working on that. We know that VFR is coming, so that's going to be a major game changer, major game changer. I'd like to see. And I don't know if they can do it because okay, so their current algorithm for traffic is the last few weeks or so worth of flight data, and then they do some calculation, they figure out the routes. So they're not routes that are happening that same day. But if they're able to find a way to integrate that into the sim, if that makes any sense. So like typically, you know, like certain airlines fly the same route, you know, every Monday, Tuesday, Friday or something, right? If they can get the calendar integrated within Beyondatc and then the times as well, that would be kind of cool. So that you could like prepare for that. Like if you wanted to shadow a flight, you could. You know that at 2:30 on Friday, this United plane is going from here to there. That'd be kind of neat.
Southwest 1477, flight level
I don't know.
192
The pushback thing I talked about earlier would be really cool.
Southwest 1477, SoCal approach, altimeter 2974, expect the visual approach.
If you stick with Southwest, you'll be stuck with, yeah, 737, yeah, for sure. And that's like my thing, is I love flying everything. Like I said, we should be able to get another flight in. I'll look to verify a timing. But if we actually get on the ground here in the next 20 minutes, then I might be able to just squeeze in another flight. And I was thinking about doing the 319 for that one. Do you have to fixate on one airline in Beyondatc, or sorry, in a pilot's life? No, you can jump around. The thing is, the way that the system works, let me bring it up on the screen here quick. Let's see, APL. Okay, so the way it works is, here's my dashboard, right? There's a ranking system. So here's my current rating, 98.4. Yeah, I know, I kind of had some crappy flights recently. And here's my current rank, okay? So what it does is it takes your current rank, it takes your current rating, and comes up with a score percentage of how your chances are of getting a different job at another airline. And it does randomly, like every, I don't know, whatever it is, every couple of weeks or something like that, offers you positions. Okay, so I can choose any one of these airlines right now and take the job. I'm not interested in any of these airlines right now. Iceland Air would be cool. But I'm not interested in anything major right now, right? So I applied for these three. So now it's going to take my rating and my ranking and do some math, and then with that math, it gives me my percentage chance of actually getting approved to work for one of those airlines. If that makes any sense. It's a complex thing that they do, and it works really good. Like, it makes it so that even though your ranking is high or rating is high, doesn't mean you're automatically guaranteed to fly for that airline. And it's also very weird how that works out, because there was, I wanted to fly for FedEx, but it wouldn't give me FedEx. And then like 2 weeks later, it offered me FedEx. So even though I applied for it, I had to wait 2 weeks for my rating or whatever to go up, or just, you know, luck of the draw. And then it gave me that opportunity. How was the weekend? It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Did some gaming with some friends yesterday. We went to go see the Ballerina movie on Friday night, and yeah, it was pretty decent. Did a bunch of flying. I watched. There's a series on Netflix. I used to watch like wrestling, you know, back in the early 2000s. And there's a new documentary, McMahon, on Netflix. And it was rather interesting. A lot of the stuff I already knew about, because I've watched previous documentaries on WWE and WCW. And the thing is, like, they tell you in the very beginning of the documentary that most interviews and all that were filmed before all of the recent the stuff about Vince McMahon had come out. So I don't know. It was rather interesting. Okay, so I put in 11,000 because that's what the charts show for the minimum altitude. Oh, 10,000 looks like now. What's our landing runway altitude? Let's look at our charts again. So we're on our way to where? The Palm Spring VOR maybe? And we're not allowed to go under what? 7,900? 8,000? So it looks like we're down to 8,000. Our airport, oops. Or sorry, runway is 4,000. I'm not sure what our allotted altitude is right now. I guess 8,000. I'm not really good at RNAVs. Alright. And now we're going to see if we get vectors. I definitely want better descent logics using altitude and sequencing cues based on nearby traffic instead of how they... Yeah, I agree. That's when I didn't think about the cues. Right now, for the most part, Beyondatc ignores other planes. It doesn't sequence you in properly sometimes. And that would be a nice fix. Landing lights coming on. Yeah, absolutely. I forgot all about that. Alright, now what are we doing here? It says we're expecting the visual. Oh, we're like really nosediving here. So I think it's going to vector us over here to the left. It's true, but descend when you are at top of descent. 1 second later, Beyondatc will interfere. Yeah, it does that sometimes too. Dude, bought Beyondatc, game changer. Oh yeah. Welcome back, Alex. Alex on Friday was asking if Beyondatc was any good, and I think everyone in here was like, yeah, do it, dude. And we just got confirmation, game changer. I'm telling you what, for $30 purchase, it's one of the best things you can get for the sim. It is quite amazing. You know, people talk about like, okay, so like, if you want to compare it to the likes of a plane, okay, so you can get the 320 or you can use the free in-game 320. Now the FENIX is superior compared to the Inabill's A320, right? But at the end of the day, they're the same plane. Sure, you can get sceneries, you know, like I have a Palm Springs scenery here, and sure, it makes the sim look better, but does it change the sim? Not really. You can get like SimFX for 2020 and experience that. Does it change the experience in the sim? Oh yeah, you know, visually, but does it change the, you know, is it a game-changing thing? No, not really. I wonder what it's going to do here. We're getting really close. I don't know if it's just lost or now or what. We might have a bug to report. Getting really close to the airport. I'm giving it its time, but I'm going to have to turn to the left soon enough.
Southwest 1477, leave thermal heading 240, expect radar
Thermal?
vectors for visual approach runway 31 left.
What is... Oh.
Leave thermal heading 240. Expect radar
We're off
vectors
course.
for visual approach runway 31 left, Southwest 1477.
We're supposed to be over on the left anyways. We're supposed to be over here. What happened? That might be my bad. Okay, let's look at the... Boy, today's just going to be all my fault. Alright, let's look at our flight plan. Cloud via SPO-NO1. Sabono 1. Yeah, I don't know. Cloud Sabono 1. Thermal's over here. So were we supposed to go from Sabono direct? Okay, so on the charts, I don't know if this is my fault or Beyondatc's fault, to be honest. God dang, I keep hitting the wrong one. Okay, so we came in via Cloud 1 here. We intercepted Cloud 1. Oh yeah, we were supposed to turn here. That's a pilot error. The charts are very clear here. I was supposed to go to 201 after Cloud, go to Thermal, and Thermal is going to bring us in over here. It's all pilot error. All pilot error. I thought the taxi instructions were off sometimes, but the flight stuff makes it so fun not having to rely on VATSIM coverage. Had the same problems last few times I flew, Alex. Not your fault. Yeah, so Beyondatc, it uses the in-sim taxi instructions. Okay, so if they're outdated based on charts, if it's a developer that didn't do things to Asobo's standard, or that did some weird stuff to their taxi instructions,
1477, turn right, heading 240, vectors for the approach.
Then
Turn right heading 240, southwest 1477.
let's go down to VE speed real quick. Then it will give you wrong instructions.
Descend, maintain 6,000 feet, altimeter 2974.
Descend, maintain 6,000 feet, altimeter 2974, southwest 1477.
I can catch up now after all this mistakes I've made today. This is a great job of showing off Beyondatc in all of its glory, isn't it? Everything I've done is wrong. What happened? Import. No METAR available. Okay. Oh, there's no METAR. I'll be damned. Okay. And we're heading over to where? 6,240. It's a little high yet, so I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer. Had we followed the instructions properly, it would have vectored us. We would have gone to thermal, and then it would have vectored us over. We also would have been at the altitude we need to be at. So this is all my fault. Welcome in P2 again. All you missed is all of my screw-ups. All of my screw-ups. Alright, let's swing on over to the direction they want it, 240. They said 6,000. I'm going to continue my descent down to 4. Because we're supposed to be at 4 at our alt here. And I don't know who to blame on this part, because it could very well be my fault still. Yeah, so it's supposed to be at 4,000 there. So I'm going to continue this descent. But here's the instructions. So we were supposed to go to thermal 5,500, 5,300. Yeah, so we're supposed to be following these instructions. 4,000. Yeah, this is all my fault. All Asobo airports has to have file for ground placements, and only the bigger airports. Third party has them. Yep. Any guides to make the Pmdg 737 work in 2024? Beyondatc has problems with those files. Yeah. Okay. And Carlos, give me a sec here, and then I'll give you some answers. Get a little low here on this approach, though. There's some mountains below us.
Southwest 1477, turn right, heading 310.
Turn right, heading 310, southwest 1477.
It's a little early on that turn. Alright, Carlos, if you have Discord, You have Discord? This is Pmdg's Discord.
12 o'clock, 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
We have the field in sight, Southwest 1477. That's instructions how to get it set up.
1477, cleared visual approach, runway 31 left.
Cleared visual approach.
Alright,
31
AP
left,
off
Southwest
my aircraft.
1477.
Yep, we're descending already. This was a short hop. That went terribly wrong because of me. Alright, airport. There's our runway there. On the left, right, 21 left. Beautiful. So Carlos, what I've done also, I don't remember if that link has the trick to turn off walk around, but you have to disable the walk around feature in 2024. So like when you first spawn into the sim, it does, you know, you're outside the aircraft in your avatar. If you disable that feature, then you can do cold and dark at the gate.
Southwest 1477, contact Palm Springs Tower 119.
Now there's also a shortcut, a key binding you can add.
Over to Tower 119.7.
Which,
Southwest
what's it say?
1477. Have
What's
a
it
good
called?
morning.
Quick
Palm Springs
quick
Tower,
pre-flight or
Southwest
something like that.
1477. Visual runway
So I have that
31
key
left.
bind set so that I can use it. I can still use certain planes. For example, the 408 and the 737 Max. Those ones you have to go outside the aircraft and turn off the, or take the chocks off and stuff like that.
Runway 31 left, cleared to land.
So it pretty much just takes those off for you.
1477.
Who put the cloud there? Alright, we're a little high on the approach now, but I'd rather be a little higher on the approach than as low as I was. Thanks. I tried last night to spawn at the gate and I was kind of able to take off, but AP was not working and trim was not moving at all. Oh yeah. If you spawn at the gate before doing the walk around mode, that stuff happens. But now with disabling the walk around allows you to do all that stuff. It's been really fun flying this 777 again. Or not 777, 737. Really has been. God, talk about a flight that went completely wrong. Everything about it has gone wrong. Let's see if I can actually land this plane. V speeds, I'm not quite sure because our thingy doesn't tell us, so let's go 136. Pretty light apparently. Still a little high on the approach, but fairly confident. Fairly confident. I have been trying to get my reversers to work a little bit better with this plane. So far, what I found that seems to only work is by holding down the hold reverse and then using my throttle forward. I'm trying to get it to where it's in, like in the FENIX, where I can just pull back on my reverser and it works, but it doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Okay, still high on the approach.
Approaching minimums.
Alright, we are landing. We're not going around. We'll be alright. There we are. We're on the glide slope now. A little high, but we're on the glide slope. Got a little bit of a crosswind, just making minor corrections for that. Alright, now we're on the glide slope, looking good. It's always like messes with my head when it's a long runway but you can't use part of it. I don't remember what that's called. Landing zone area? It always messes with me.
200.
I feel like I'm coming in too high or too low. Got a Southwest there to get ready to line up.
100. 30, 20, 10.
Southwest 433, ready to go.
Alright, touchdown, reversers out.
Southwest for 33, number 1 for departure.
Number 1 for departure. Reverser stowed.
Roger.
Welcome to Palm Springs, California.
433.
Is it California?
Southwest 1477, exit left at Kilo.
Exit left at Kilo.
Left at
Southwest
Kilo.
1477.
Alright, speed brakes are stowed. Landing lights are coming off. APU is coming on. Alright, folks.
Southwest for 33, backtrack runway tree 1 left.
Backtrack.
Call when ready for departure.
Backtrack runway 31 left. Call when ready, Southwest 433.
Southwest 1477, contact ground 121.9er.
Oh,
Ground
backtracking over here?
121.9er, Southwest 1477.
That's interesting. Why didn't they have him just take that taxiway? They're gonna have him turn... Oh, I want to see this. That's really interesting. Alright, folks, we made it. As disastrous as a takeoff of this was, I mean, a flight as this was by me, we successfully landed the plane. And everything is intact. I wonder why it's backtracking. That's so weird. It must not know of this taxi strip here. It's rather interesting. I'm also not getting taxi instructions because the gate's right here, so I'm not gonna waste my premium characters for that. I've learned to save where I can save. Because it's gonna say taxi via, you know, whatever, Alpha 5, gate, whatever. So we're just gonna take this gate right there. It sure is backtracking. There it turns. Very cool. I've never seen a backtrack before. I've heard backtracks before, but I've never actually seen a plane do it. What resolution do you stream at? 3440 by 1440. 3440 by 1440. That's why you see bars on the top and bottom. I was like doing the 1080p, but I don't know. I feel like I want you all to see everything I see and not cut off stuff. And I know it would be weird on the stream and all that jazz, but I personally I like y'all seeing what I see. So I'm like, oh, you know, there's a thing over here. Well, you might not be able to see it if I cut off half the screen. Alright, so we're going to go to request air, request this jazz, go up here, APU on, go down here, off, taxi lights also off. I think this is, isn't this Indybuilds? I think this is Indybuilds. Palm Spring. Oh, here's the thing I'd like to see with Beyondatc is I'd like to see the new flight. Have a button that says new flight. Alright, next flight technically is Tucson to San Diego. We just did San Diego the other day though, and I have about an hour and a half before I have to for sure get off. What's my one flight after that? Landing with, or the flight was a 99 with the score. Got dinged because of taxi lights. I was a little late on taxi lights. Landing rate was 45. Oof, plus 45. That was a floater for sure. Alright, I'm gonna cancel my next two flights, skip them, and I'm gonna do the third flight, or fourth flight, I guess. It's a shorter flight. San Antonio to Houston. And we're gonna take the 319 on that flight. Oops. We're gonna go the old 319, the Go Classic. Apparently I need some help today. So who else flies this route? Let's take a look. This is, again, technically a Southwest flight, but As I said before, I'm gonna fly whatever I want. San Antonio to Houston. I guess a Spirit. Southwest. Oh, Southwest is the only one that flies this route. Okay. I guess we could just do whatever we want. Oop. Well, yeah, let's just stick with American. Whatever. Okay, San Antonio. Yeah, isn't that's Inibel's Palm Spring, right? That's what I have an add-on, unless it's a free one I have. I've lost track of what I own that's freeware or oh, I gotta kill out FSUIPC though. Because if I don't, I get that weird bug. Okay, that's start flight. Okay, sorry, let me catch up. P2 greetings. Hoop at the cloud there. Thanks to try last night. No external lights. Thanks for a tip. Hopefully I can get it working. Subscribe. Thanks for the subscription, Carlos. Displaced threshold. Oh, thank you. Displaced threshold, Les. Thank you. Greetings from Canada. Yeah, I don't know which one I own. Let me see. KPSP. Yeah, that's the Inibuilds. Thought that one. I don't know if I have an update. I don't think there's an updated version, so I have whatever the. I don't think it's like a compatible version, whatever. Well, this FPS is looking really weird right now. Might have to do a restart. Or I'm getting that FPS bug again. Resource uses, GPU memory capacity. I'd say yeah. Let's see if it figures its life out. I don't think it's going to. Let's see what the VRAM's at. 13. Yeah, something's VRAM heavy right now. Something didn't unload from the last flight. Alright, let's do a quick restart. The good old VRAM bug from Flight Sim 2024. Is there any other software that still uses... Yeah, so APL requires it. APL unfortunately requires it. I wish APL didn't. I really do. That's the only reason why I use FSUIPC. I own quite a few of the Inibuilds add-ons. The sceneries, unfortunately. But I try to buy them all when like there's a sale. Okay, Will, I have a question for you. I still haven't bought I still haven't bought Flight Sim FO. My question is, have you tried FS to Crew? And if so, how does it compare to FS FO? I'll let you think up on that for a second. I'll be right back. This is taking a long time to load. Must have been a serious issue going on. I wondered what happened. Okay, I suppose while that's loading, let me go ahead and change my sim brief profiles. Let's generate a sim brief flight. And we're gonna be an American 516. We're gonna be heading out from San Antonio. We're gonna be going over to Houston. We're gonna be flying that good old classic A319. We're gonna do IAE engines. We're gonna generate that there flight. And while that flight's there generating, we're gonna be expecting runway 13 right out of San Antonio. We're gonna be flying up to flight level 250. Alright. And let's go ahead and start this here flight. So, San Antonio. 13. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and taxi. Oh, not that small. There we go. And start flight. Okay, let's see what happens. Wait, we had a little bit of a taxi. I have both, and I think FSFO is lighter in system. FS2 crew has flaws and bugs whenever I fly. FSFO does a better job. Okay. Because I was looking at the comparison between the two of them, and I really couldn't tell what the difference is. Why are we getting a GPU issue? What is going on? Is it the airport that's broken? It's happening still, even after a restart. Okay. Well, let's try another airport. Now I'm curious what the hell's going on. What, did it crash? Oh, we're just having all kinds of flight sim issues. Both are updated regularly? Okay. I think it crashed. Slideshow, yeah. Alright, let's kill it out again. I wonder what happened there. Okay, let's try the old trick here. Let's clear out some cache and stuff. Let's clear all my cache. I have no monies now. Scenery indexes, let's clear that all out. Let's get rid of our cache folder. And let's get rid of our... that should be it, right? Is there a WASM folder for this airport? Let's verify. There is not. Alright, cache has been removed. Okay, so it's going to rebuild the index files again, so it's going to take a little bit longer to load up this flight. But I'm going to check. Virtual memory currently uses 37%. GPU memory. It's using 3. Why is it using 3? What's using 3 gigs of my memory, my GPU? That's interesting. Just trying to see if there's anything in the background that's launched up. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's try it again. 2024 is not ready for all turnarounds. Trust me, these 2024 issues make me want to move to X-Plane as a secondary sim. Oh, I could have cleared out the rolling cache folder too. I didn't. Yeah, I was gonna change the rolling cache the other day, and I didn't. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. See what happens. I've never had this issue back to back. That's really weird. I guess the best part about this happening is that we can troubleshoot it here on stream and see. The only problem is I'm very time limited right now. So if we don't get this rolling here in the next 14 minutes, then I guess we're not doing a second flight. Okay, VRAM usage is looking like it added on about 1 gigabyte. So now I'm just monitoring that. Maybe I will do that. If I do the rolling cache now, it resets the rolling cache, right? Will I have to work? I unfortunately have to go and make an income so I can afford life. Alright, so we're back in the sim. What's debug showing us? Debug is showing us 5.9 of VRAM. It's a little on the high side, I feel. Up to 6. We're not even in a freaking thing yet. Okay, let's go to graphics and... Where's it at? Light interface advanced options? No. Where's the cache at? Where's the cache? Online? Oh, here, online. Alright, I have currently set for 16. Oh. I'm just clicking on the button and it breaks it. Let's go 32. Okay. Let's see what happens. I flew in San Antonio not too long ago, so I can't see it being the airport as an issue. Departure. Start flight. Okay, we're up to 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 11. What is going on? It's instantly... It's gotta be the airport, huh? Well, that's a lot better. I feel like it's a lot better. I don't understand, though. have to rebuild shaders? What is this going? What's going on here? Got a runway that's out of order. Like, there's no traffic integrated yet, so like I don't understand. What's going on? I'm at a Southwest gate. Okay, well, wow, I can't even get to the menu. It just crashes. Holy smokes. Okay, we're gonna test. We're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna try to. We're gonna kill the sim. We're gonna clear the cache. We're gonna load at a different airport first, and see what happens. All right, cache has been cleared. Loading the sim again. This is crazy. Like I said, I flew into San Antonio not too long ago. Let me see when the last time I flew into San Antonio. Let's see if I can look. Yeah, yesterday. I did a flight. Oh, that's San Diego, sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's been like 3 weeks since I flew into San Antonio. And the only difference I would say between that and now is I think I was on Sim Update 3 at that time. We need to talk, Joe. Trying to figure out what the hell's going on. This is really bugging me now. And this is exactly why I refuse to purchase 2024. You shouldn't have to go through all of this just to play a video game. Yeah, I agree, but I've never had this issue before. Never have I had this issue. Normally, just a restart of the sim fixes it. So we're going to test. We're going to jump into another airport and see what happens. That eliminates if it's a San Antonio issue or if it's a flight sim issue. And I didn't fly the FENIX yesterday, I guess, but I thought I flew the FENIX the day before. And this can't be a FENIX issue. Like, the thing that's really confusing me is the VRAM usage is relatively high for nothing being used. Like, no graphics actually being done. Okay, so we're back in the sim here. Let's go to display FPS. So we're already using almost 6 GB. I mean, 6 gigabyte, yeah, GB of memory. We're not even in a game or in a flight. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do rolling cache now. I'm gonna go 32. Save it. Alright, let's go to a different airport. Let's go to Houston. This is an add-on as well. It's gonna take a little bit to load in this stuff because I cleared out the cache on this. Alright, it spawned there. It's already using 7 though. That's because it loaded in the airports, that could make sense. Everything's looking about the same of what it was with the last flight, I think. 9, 10, we're already back where we were again, so what the hell? Yeah, it's 11. So it's not the airport. There's something else going on with the sim. Although the FPS is substantially better here. But it's losing 11 GB of my RAM. But I'm not getting that warning this time. Okay, so now let's go back to the main menu. Okay, let's try going... let's go into San Antonio. Actually, I'm not gonna do okay, let's try something else. Let's jump into the Pmdg 737 and jump into San Antonio. Okay, let's try this. This is eliminating the plane now. No good with the 5080, bro. I think I can help you. I don't understand why this is doing this. Okay. That's telling me it's the airport. Yeah, it's up to 13. So there's something to do with the airport. There's a memory leak, there's a VRAM leak at this airport for some reason. It's a massive VRAM leak here. Okay, so let's see, can we get back to the main menu or no? And it's not going to release that VRAM. No, it's slowly going down. Okay, so it's unpacking it now. Alright, let's test out a new theory. Let's go to my library. And KSAT. The cool thing about 2024 is that you can disable things immediately. So let's disable that. We're at 7. Let's do the 319, because I still want to fly that plane. We still have just a little bit of time to make it happen. Okay, KSAT. Now I just want to eliminate if is it just the is it just that scenery, or if it is like the photogrammetry? Is it a photogrammetry bug? Does the Pmdg work well in 2024? It does for the most part. What the hell? It's doing... It's loading in photogrammetry of the airport. That's a new issue.